Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel where we decode the most significant developments in tech and online privacy. Today, we're diving into a story that's been making waves across the internet, particularly bubbling up to the top of hacker news. We're talking about a significant announcement from Fastmail, the highly respected email provider. They've just launched a new data region in the European Union. And trust me, this isn't just a minor technical upgrade. It's a move with profound implications for privacy, data sovereignty, and how we think about our digital lives. For years, the landscape of digital privacy has been a complex tapestry, especially concerning where our data resides and who has access to it. Fastmail has long been a beacon for privacy-conscious individuals and businesses, offering secure and reliable email services without the invasive tracking common with other providers. If you're not familiar, imagine an email service that puts your privacy first, uses open standards, and is built by a team dedicated to internet independence. That's Fastmail in a nutshell. But this new EU data region is a game changer, particularly for their European user base and, frankly, for anyone worldwide who cares about jurisdictional control over their personal information. Let's unpack why this is such a big deal. First, let's talk about the European Union. The EU isn't just a geographical area. It's a legal powerhouse, especially when it comes to data protection. The General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR, is arguably the strongest data privacy and security law in the world. It sets a very high bar for how personal data must be collected, stored, and processed, granting individuals significant rights over their information. Before this announcement, Fastmail, like many other global services, primarily stored its user data in its home country, Australia, which, while having robust privacy laws, still operates under a different legal framework than the EU. Now, with an EU data region, Fastmail can store the data of its European users physically within the EU borders. This means that data is directly subject to EU laws and oversight, including GDPR, from the moment it's collected. For users, this isn't just a symbolic gesture. It's a concrete enhancement of their legal protections. It essentially creates a digital fortress around their email communications, built right into the heart of Europe. Think about the concept of data sovereignty. This is the idea that data is subject to the laws and governance structures of the nation or region where it is collected or processed. In a world where data often flows across borders seamlessly, data sovereignty has become a critical concern for governments, businesses, and individuals alike. Having data physically located within the EU means it's less susceptible to extraterritorial demands from non-EU governments. This brings us to a crucial point of comparison: the Cloud Act in the United States. The Cloud Act allows U.S. law enforcement, with a warrant, to compel U.S.-based technology companies to provide requested data, regardless of where that data is stored globally. This has always been a point of contention and concern for European regulators and privacy advocates, as it potentially puts U.S. companies operating in Europe in a difficult position, caught between complying with U.S. law and adhering to strict EU privacy laws like GDPR. By establishing an EU data region, Fastmail significantly mitigates this tension for its European users. While Fastmail is an Australian company, the data stored in the EU region now falls under the primary jurisdiction of EU law. This doesn't mean US authorities suddenly lose all interest, but it does add significant layers of legal protection and complexity that make it much harder for such requests to be fulfilled without EU legal process. It empowers European users with a stronger legal defense against potential surveillance or data access requests from outside the EU. The announcement resonated so strongly on Hacker News because the tech community understands these nuances deeply. Developers, system administrators, and privacy enthusiasts have long advocated for services that offer true data localization and respect for regional legal frameworks. Fastmail isn't just offering a new server farm. They're offering a commitment to a principle that many believe is fundamental to a free and open internet: the right to control your own data. What does this mean for you, the user? If you're based in the EU and use Fastmail, you now have the option, or in some cases, your data might automatically migrate, to have your email, contacts, and calendar data stored within the EU. This provides an enhanced level of assurance that your digital communications are not only encrypted and secured by Fastmail's excellent technical practices but also fortified by the strongest privacy laws on the planet. For businesses operating in the EU, this move simplifies compliance with GDPR, reducing legal overheads and providing a clearer path to demonstrating data protection diligence. It's a massive relief for many. Let's delve a bit into the technical side. Without getting too bogged down, setting up a new data region isn't just about plugging in some servers. It involves significant infrastructure investment, establishing new network connections, ensuring robust physical security for the data centers, and meticulously configuring software and systems to meet regional compliance standards. Fastmail's decision to undertake this substantial effort speaks volumes about their dedication to user privacy and their long-term vision. They are not just complying with regulations. They are actively building trust. This isn't a small undertaking. It requires dedicated teams, significant capital, and a profound understanding of global data security. Fastmail has always been praised for its transparency and ethical approach. They were early adopters of strong encryption, support for two-factor authentication, and a clear, user-friendly privacy policy that doesn't hide behind legal jargon. This EU data region is a natural extension of that philosophy. It reinforces their position as a premium, privacy-focused email provider in a market often dominated by services that monetize